Alright, hello and welcome to Lig Gaming. Hello and welcome to the YouTube, and welcome to the Twitch, welcome to the gay side of the internet, and welcome to Planet Crafter. Planet Crafter is... oh, well, I still have to select the... I hope nobody saw how sane all of my names of my worlds are. Anyway, I'll just let the... Alright. Oh! Hey look, 0 DPS. That's better. Alright, so practically, for anyone that doesn't know the game, it is a game that practically you are stranded on a planet and you have to find your way around that planet, but it's kind of like, you know, like a basic survival game. But what I think is really cool, what they added is they... oh, start my laptop sound off. That wasn't your own Discord going off, that wasn't me. Me, the delinquent that I am. But the fun thing that this game adds, and that I think it does really well, is it practically you don't just be on the planet and make things there. You actually make the planet a cool planet. And it's gonna be clear in a bit. It's gonna start getting more and more clear what's actually going on, what I mean by that. But for now, I suppose you can just sit back and see what's about to happen. Now, I don't think it's a very big game. Oh, well. Alright. I don't think it's a very good... I do think it's a very good game. I don't think it's a very big game. But it's definitely a game that they're doing a lot of work on. And I won't lie, it's not the first time that I've played this. But it's just... it's a game that's so good I couldn't not ever play it on the channel. So I thought, you know what, today just might be a day. And if it is, which it actually turned out to be, today turned out to be a day, I thought, why not game this? Why not be the gamer? Alright, so I've got my upgraded backpack and I've got my upgraded oxygen tank. And from the start I'm going to be doing decently much from this little room here. And then after a while I'm going to start upgrading a bit to get a bigger base. And, you know, the whole thing's gonna come together. Construction is a thing that I really would like to have, so I'm gonna get 2 silicone. And what was it? 2 silicone and 2 magnesium? Yeah, 2 magnesium. And I'm going to construct myself a construct chip I'm going to be like Bob the Builder. Alright. There we go. Now, this is everything I currently have that I can build. I'm going to start off with some wind turbines because you always need energy to make things happen. And then I'm going to show you some of the things that you couldn't build in this game. Let's get one more. There we go. So I was considering if maybe for like viewing enjoyment I should I was considering maybe for viewing enjoyment that I could like change up the speed a bit to make the weighty things go a bit faster, but I decided it's probably not really necessary. This way I can get more content out of it. I'll be able to capitalize on content. Also, I think I'm going to turn down the volume a bit. Huh, it's already pretty quiet. But that's alright. So, we've got some wind miles. And then I'm going to start getting some stuff. Living compartments. Oh. Meteor storm. Yeah, those happen. Those happen sometimes in space. Practically the health bar and the food bar in this game are the same bar, which is interesting. So practically if I take damage, I'm gonna need more food, and if I don't eat for a long time, I can't take as much damage without deathing. Right, I guess I'll just stay inside for a bit, because I want a living compartment. I also wanted a door. That's also actually pretty good. I'll just start with this. So 3 iron, 2 titanium, and 1 silicon. 1 titanium. So 2 titanium. I did say just now that I was going to stay inside. But then again, when's the last time you've seen me be wise? I shouldn't get that chest. I'll get that later when I have space for things of the chest. I don't even have space for the things I have right now, let alone everything inside the chest. Alright. I still need to figure out the whole ad situation. I don't know. It might be that it's gonna roll an ad in a few minutes, so I'll just do that right now, and then... Oh. Ah, alright. It appears that an ad has just been rolling, and that's probably alright, because I think you would have only missed me getting some boring resources. And you can still catch me making this little thing. But yeah, I'm still not good with how the ads work, and I'm thinking I should perhaps just disable ads, because, you know, it is nicer. In fact, I might do that in a minute if I feel like it. So I'm gonna make a funky little base. I'm not great at the whole like gaming aspect, but I do like making a little base. Because you know, it is all about that base. Okay, so did I? No. That's alright though. I don't need that. I'm a strong, independent Gwimble. Alright. I am gonna get an iron. Hey, look, an iron. I got an iron. And then I'm gonna get myself this crafter. Look at that. Microchip torch, deconstruction. I don't actually have to put the game on English a minute ago because I had it on German. I always play my games in a bunch of different languages because it really helps cognition, and I enjoy doing it. Is it? Ooh, it's meteoring again. Alright. Where are iron? Is there any? Ooh, nice. What was I gonna do again? Oh, veggie tube. That's right. I'm going to grow a veggie table in this veggie tube tool. Lerma seed. Now this is the first thing, I suppose, that I am doing with my, or like to do the world. As you can see, it's showing that it's showing some energy being used, and it's showing oxygen. 0.15 parts per quadrillion per second. That's what the PPQ is for. Practically, this little plant is gonna grow, and it's going to perform what plants know as photosynthesis, and we, or like I suppose we feels nicer to say, we're gonna see this whole world be invaded by oxygen, which is gonna be interesting. Can I deconstruct it? I don't even have a chip for that, do I? Yeah, you need a chip for that. But I am going to see this whole world invaded by oxygen. Well, is that right? No. I always forgot how to do it properly. There we go. Band a bot. What was I going to do? It might have been magnesium. I was going to craft a chip thing anyway. There. Deconstruction. Look at that. Now I can deconstruct things. Though I don't want to do it with the stuff that I've just made, because that's actually stuff that I want to have, else I wouldn't have made it. Oh yeah. Iridium. Was it silicon magnesium? Silicon magnesium. Because that thing is going to be rather helpful. Silicon and magnesium. Practically an exoskeleton. As you can see here, I have the 4 slots. Exoskeleton is going to allow me to do more slots, and they're all like tier 1, tier 1. I am eventually going to be able to upgrade at least the ones that have tier 1 on them. Gonna make a funky little chest here. I can just dump some resources into. I'm gonna get all of this, and I can even deconstruct that storage box for some iron. And so that I don't get confused as to what boxes I've already looted and whatnot. It's a devious ploy. I guess I can also put some space food in there, because I don't need that all that much. And one oxygen capsule. Also gonna get some water. Bottle of water. I'm gonna get some titanium and iron. And a tier 1 drill. Now this thing is going to generate pressure. Practically, you might have heard the thing that there's almost no air in space. That's true. And on Earth, there's a lot of air, and that's all pushing down on you. So if you get to space, it feels like you are. It feels practically you have a lot of pressure in you, and the universe does not push back because there isn't the atmosphere. And generating pressure like this is actually gonna make me able to walk. Or like it's kind of like it's gonna make creatures able to walk here without having to explode, practically. And I can also get like eventually it's gonna be a whole game of just getting a huge amount of power generation and machines that use that power. So I'm gonna get some more iron as well for my turbines, for my windmills. Look at those windmills. Look at them. Yeah. Is that 3 for the... I'll just place the drills. And now this is... For now this is probably starting a bit slow for some people. Don't worry, it gets cool. I mean, to me this is already pretty cool, but it gets even cooler than this. Can you possibly imagine? Probably, but like also though, like it gets cooler though. All right. The plants is doing all right. I should probably get a torch. What was it? Silicon, magnesium. Yeah. I don't always watch very well with the brain. It's my eyes watching, not my brain. So that's silicon, magnesium. And that's silicon. And that's all of it. That's how I keep my shopping lists in this game. I just frantically keep saying the names of all the stuff that I need. And then whenever I have found any of them, I stop saying that name. I remove it from the list. Very efficient. Very, probably sounds very funny, but alright. I'm actually gonna make this screen iron and silicon because I want to show what just happened. Oh, oops. Oh, no, that's alright. Was it iron? Yeah. Alright, cool. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make that little screen because it's gonna help me make a few things clearer about what just top of my screen. Here you see this was the tier 2 oxygen tank, and you can see it's right next to the pressure. And you can see, you know, all the logs here have different amounts of PA in front of them. This is 1 nanopascal. Practically Pascal's is a unit for pressure. You also have, I suppose, pico. No. Pico is the big one. No, pico is the small one. Sorry. So that's pico kelvins. And then oxygen parts per quadrillion, and terraformation has like its own index thing, which is TI. Terraformation index, I think. But you can see that's going up, and the oxygen and pressure are both going up. So I've unlocked a better oxygen tank, which I can make with silicon, cobalt, titanium, magnesium. Wait. Sikoti mama, 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 city mama, city mama, city mama, si mama, si mama, si mama, si mama, 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 mama. See, it works. Mama, mama, ma, 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 ma. And there we are. Here we go. Oh wait, there's still things in the right, left top of the screen. Was the progress blueprint thing, was that also on there? Probably, right? Because I didn't. I mean, it probably was there because I didn't remember it being there, and I'm very bad at remembering things. So, Fessima, 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 Fessima. Where is Fessima, Fessima, Fessima? That's Fess. So we've got Sima, 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 Sima. Oh wait, that's silicon. So we just got M, 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 M. What's that again? The energy levels screen. Here you're going to be able to see how great my energy is. Look at that. Wow. Give me a sec for. Alright. For some reason my throat has been rather dry today. But yeah, here I'm going to be able to see how much energy I have left in kilowatts. Like how much energy production compared to usage. And I need Fecosi. And that's C. That's Spanish for if, and also yes. Where is C? Silicon. Right. So, oh yeah, that's the. Wait, no, that's the terraformation screen. Another progress screen. I think it's all gonna make sense eventually. I really hope it's gonna make sense eventually, because else I'm going to be the stupid one. Look. This is kind of another screen like this one, but then it takes up more space. And also the left top of my screen wants me to do it, so that's why I do that. Yawn. So, oh, I've got a better backpack blueprint. Iron, silicon, titanium. Actually, iron and silicon. Completely forgot that I had that reserve that. So we need titanium, 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 titanium. Oh, and I need to drink something as well, but this time in the game. Water bottle. It's a bottle of water. Yes. I'm gonna get some ice. Look at that, it's ice. It's ice. That's how we say it down in Birmingham. Well, that's how people say it down in, I think that's Birmingham, right? Alright. I have my backpack. Oh yeah, I can make windows. That's pretty good. And so good. No, not Steve Jobs. For some reason I always say Steve Jobs when I mean Bill Gates. Bill Gates could make windows. Or at least he could hire the right people. Heater. I don't have the iridium yet. Oh, this is just a sandstorm. Cool. Alright. So practically there's kind of like 6 or 7 basic. Well, I have like 5. Some different materials. I have silicon, I have iron, I have cobalt, I have titanium, I have magnesium, I have ice as well. That's not... What I mean, none of these look like they're particularly elemental. But, you know, but ice as, like, even on the periodic table, ice isn't a thing on the periodic table, that's what I mean. Like, ice is water and water is not an elemental type of molecule. I just realized I am almost at the depth of my breath. By which I mean breathing breath, not breadth. Alright. Cool. Very epic, as it were. I'm gonna get a wind turbine. Wait, that's it. I'm gonna find some more chests. Did I see one over there, or is that just a kobold? Get it? Because cobalt. No, that's a chest, alright. That's a chest, alright. Ooh, nice. Very appreciable. Very appreciable. As it were. Oh, yawn. Once more. This day appears to be a yawny one. Alright. What was it again? Oh yeah, I was gonna... Oh yeah, most of this just fits in the box. Well, like as most of it goes in the box is what I mean. This is the bread and butter of my of how gamer I am. You're gonna be so impressed. Look at that. Look. Boom. I've got Twan agility boots. Oh boy. Actually, I need aluminium and fabric for that. That's going to be interesting. Alright, so maybe I'm not quite in a game mode yet, but also, though, I have the opportunity to make those eventually. Alright, that's already been all my iron. But I have more. There we go. So I can also make some wind turbines. And that just a doozy. Where is it? Okay. I feel like this is kind of like odd terrain that's sometimes going to deny me building things in spots where it should allow me to build them. But that's alright. I'll get it figured out sooner or later. And there we go. Okay. Now it wants a heater from me. I guess I'm a bit away from all the things that I need, so then again I can also start making a plantage soon. I need iron and ice. That's iron. Then I need ice. And there is my eyes. My eyes are the thing that I see with. Whoop. I'm just gonna say that. Why do I be so much yawn today? I was almost gonna turn that ice into a water, which would have meant that all of this had been for naught. Anyway, we've got some faster oxygen now. I can breathe faster. Also, I'm gonna need a food grower because hungry and limited space food. Oxygen. I need more oxygen. I need you to oxygen better, please. Can I break this? I can. Look at that. I'm gonna just make a second chest. For good, nay, great, excellent measure. Astwu. Alright. I'm actually gonna drink real quick. Look at that. Also quickly see. Right, I have to look into that better. Sorry. Okay, so I need the agility boots. Yeah, I think that's kind of the thing from here that I need right now. It'd be nice to unlock the solar panel soon. I'm gonna need aluminium Aluminium. Oh, and a better veg tube would be pretty good. I'm gonna build some more bases. So I need 3 iron, now 1 titanium and 1 silicon. Actually, let's check in the chest as well. My nails, they have little annoying little hooks on them. Oh, I was pressing the wrong button. What a gamer I am. Where is all this iron? I heard that there would be iron on this planet here. And yet, there is none. I'm not finding it anywhere. Okay, maybe like one where. But I need some more wares. That's 2. Is that 3? Yes, that's 3. Look at all this iron. How is it possible for so much iron to be on the same planet? It's so impressive, and I totally didn't have to wait long for it. Very cool. Look at all that. Time to scavenge more. 1 iron, 2 iron, 1 silicon. I need 2 titanium and 1 iron. So I need only 1 titanium now. And there's 1 titanium over there. Look at that. And I'm gonna move. Oh, that's a chest over there. I'm gonna build it right next to this large friendly rock. This rock is friendly to me. Oh, is that the hitbox of the friendly rock? Maybe it's not that friendly. Is that way? Huh? What? It's a bit... Alright. Great, I think. Alright. Where's the... Is that the chest that I saw just now? I thought it was closer by. Maybe I just walked annoyingly far away. Maybe that chest is trying to catch up with me right now. And I'm just walking a straight... Ooh, uranium. And some fabric, some space food. I'm shit. I am shit for life. Now let's go look in this cave. Not gonna lie, I do know what's in the cave, so I did strategically move over here. Cause that's red glowing rocks, alright. Look at those red glowing rocks. I think I need 1 fajita. So I'm just gonna get as much as I can possibly carry. And actually there's also... Yes, aluminium. Aluminium. There's aluminium. Or as the Americans say, aluminum. I don't know who that was the other day. I think one of my friends who... It was like... I think there was like 2 or 3 people, including myself. It was like one person was like, hey look, they're spelling aluminum, I think was the spelling that there was. And I was like, that's so queer because, like, even in American English, they always spell it aluminium. And I was like, no, they don't. In the American English, they spell it aluminum, just like they say it. And they were like, no. And I was like, yes. Is this an interesting story yet? Anyway, the moral of the story is, if you're American, you probably say aluminum, and you probably also write aluminum. That's, I suppose, not really a moral, but it's the clue anyway. The clue of the story. That is what I was meant to tell you by telling you this fascinating happenstance. Did I do a good job? Probably mediocre, but at least there's someone out there who has now been enlightened in the ways of of the metal. Alright. And then, yeah, I do need one more silicon for it. One more eater. As they say in places. The one eater in it, bro. Did I write that chest yet? I did write, and then I probably just didn't. I don't know. I'm not that good at gaming. Right. Oh yeah, I did get aluminum, and I'm also gonna. Ooh, I need to drink something. I'm also gonna move over here. I'm gonna scramble, and I'm gonna get. Oh, I already have. Oh wow, I already have all the stuff for another living compartment, including door. Look at that. I'm gonna place that door on this side. And now I have pretty good inventory space as well. I want to find out what happens to this spaceship. Look, like things are generating. Oh, and there we go. To my torch, which is interesting because this game has torches, which is. You know, original English for flashlight, as it were, and it also has aluminum, not aluminium, so that's interesting. I don't know if there's a specific reason that they did that. Might have just been I don't know, might have just been a little queerness in how they did it. But, as I say. But that's alright. Of course, someone as well founded in the world as myself. Don't mean to boast. Anyway, I understood it, so it's fine, is what I mean to say. I think that character has gotten old by now. I don't know, I'm not good at... Well, I'm not good at being funny, but I'm definitely not good at stopping a joke when it's run its course. That's something I need to learn. Alright. So I could do with one more fabric. But a little something in my throat there. I could do with a bit of fabric, but I don't have a bit of more fabric. Yeah, I can probably I can afford a bit more. Also, I'm gonna quickly check. Look at that, solar panels. Yeah. That's the one I need, that screen. And I'd also like the veggie tube. And then I want the food grower. But the oxygen is heavily dependent on the seeds that you find, because you need to plant seeds every time to get more oxygen production. You can't just make empty veggie tubes. You have to actually, you know, give them little plants to grow. I guess I'm going back to the ship. Probably a good idea to see if there's, because usually ships generate like 10 rooms. I wouldn't say that it's 10 inventories full of loot or anything. I don't know. I don't honestly know how that compares, but that was, you know, that will not have been all of the loot on that ship. So I'm going back in to see what else they have for me. And I'm also looking for some iron so that I can make some chests, some crates, some barrels, whatever they call them in this game. I think it's chests, but I'm not sure. Oh, that's silicon. I don't necessarily need that. And then I can go and have like a few trips in and out and just put all of my stuff into chests. There, I think that should be all of it. Yes. Oh, I also got a Pastera seed. So then we are going to head back into this little place. This time don't forget my torch. Right. I'm gonna check out this room first. Come on, you can do it. Ooh, fabric and super alloy. Now that sounds rather good, doesn't it? And it is pretty good. I'm actually, as a celebration, as a treat to myself, I'm gonna go back to my main base already, because that fabric is actually gonna allow me to make the exosuit that I would like, or the agility boots. Just a bit the agility stuff anyway that I want, that I desire. I'm gonna get those, and then I'm going to be even faster than I am already. I'm gonna be like, if you play this right now at like 1.15 times speed, you're gonna see how exceedingly fast I'm gonna be when I have these boots. So I guess I could also, you know, for anyone that's not watching live, for anyone that's watching on like YouTube, I could also just not change. I could not get the agility upgrade and use it for better stuff, and instead, oh, I was right at 15%. Huh. But I could also, you know, just not change my walking speed and instead use the materials on other stuff. But I don't want that. I want to be fast. I want to be a fast little prick. So I need 2 ice in the silicon. I need 2 ice in the silicon. That does sound like it could be a lyric in a rap song, as the kids call it. Can you tell yet that I am an MLG pro? I have an itch. My hand has an itch. I don't think it's a mosquito bite, but then again, what else is it going to be than mosquito bite? Well, it could be a man bite, I guess, but I didn't notice. Then again, I didn't... Okay, so to be fair, I noticed neither a large man nor a small mosquito flying through my room this night, so I suppose I don't necessarily have much reason to lean either way or the other. It could be a man bite, could be a mosquito bite. I don't want to blame the mosquitoes for everything that they haven't done wrong. Of course, a lot of people find mosquitoes annoying, but that's not their fault. Sometimes you just have to be annoying to someone else to be yourself. I bet there's someone to who that's really inspiring who's going to be the most annoying little ever now. I didn't mean it like that. Also, what did I just get? The oxygen? Tier 3 oxygen or tier 3? Ooh, drink. Tier 3 backpack. Alright. That's aluminium. I might need to go back to the cave soon then, if I want that backpack. Where's the rest of my fabric? Did I have exactly as much fabric as I needed? Interesting. I didn't put anything in this thing yet. And I'm also thinking I'm probably gonna... this is definitely gonna boost my my oxygen production, by the way. So I'm gonna... I need one silicon, one more tube, one more tube, and then I'm gonna see whatever I need for the other one. I guess I can already get some ice. I think that was... yeah, that's gonna be the mean one. And I also need some ice for more water, I think. Because water is mean to me. So I'm gonna be mean right back to its face. As it were. This soundtrack reminds me a slight bit of Trailmakers. Did I? No, I didn't play the new Trailmakers stuff. I didn't play that on here on the channel. I played that with a few friends. It was really good though. Definitely recommend checking the new Trailmakers stuff out. I don't know, maybe if I run out of good things what to do one day, I'll be like, you know what I never ended up doing? That. Alright, so... ooh, I can make tier 2 drills. For every titanium that I've got, I can trade in a low drill for a high drill. So get 4 titanium, I can trade in 4 drills. If I get by titanium, the game might crash. Because I don't think that's supported. Or it's going to be just... I don't know, it might throw an error and then just... like an exception or something and round it up. So like, I mean, like, on the one hand, there is a big problem. Because that's not supposed to happen, but also On the other hand, it's alright. And then it just rounds it up or down or whatever. Alright. I'm gonna get that tier 2 drill. Look at those drills. Uh-oh. Did that sound suspicious to anyone else? That sound... Oh boy. Well, this is a great opportunity to show off what solar panels work like. No, yeah, it does still replenish my oxygen. I'm gonna go for 2 cobalt and 1 silicon, or just how much cobalt I can find. Never fond of limiting my own potential. And then I'm gonna change some of the wind turbines into solar panels. Yeah, no, look at them. Look at them all standing still, looking at me like I'm some kind of a delinquent. And I mean, they're kind of right, though. I did kind of crash the whole energy network by overloading it. Greed. But, on the other hand, I made it in the first place, so, you know, cut me some slack. Alright, that's not actually enough yet. I need a bit more, which will be coming your way shortly. Some more cobalt and a bit more silicon. And boom, a rock. Actually, I suppose that would be usually not silicon and cobalt. That would be, well, I mean, probably silicon and cobalt and oxygen. If you're looking at like an, it would, whatever. I don't even know much about geology. I just know that stone consists largely of silicon and, or silicium and oxygen. Alright. Now, right, look at it then. I need silicon. Silicon. Alright then, I won't say no to an extra thing of the thing that I have a need for. So here we go. Look at all the suns I'm going to be catching with these. And when I have all the suns in this universe, no one will be able to stop me. Alright, so tier 3 backpack. I do kind of want that though. Oh yeah, that was the aluminiumologist. Alright, oxygen is actually moving alright. But still, never wrong to have a slight bit more. So, oh, that is a big step up. So, I'm gonna see. Oh, but I need aluminum for that. Oh boy. Oh boy. Cool. Oh, and I need water. I'm like a plant. Sometimes I just need someone to pour water on my face. Actually, don't do that. That sounds like something that would severely distress me for no good human reason. Like, I mean, if you pour water on a robot, you know, depending on what type of robot, there are plenty of robots that would have very much reason to become distressed. I do not really have such a reason, unlike robots. I just don't like it. It's iron and silicate, iron and silicate. I need to say it out loud. I need to say the things on my mind, or I will explode. Just like sodium in water, which explodes. I kind of want to choose. And there. Sure. I heard a deep, low, scary rumbling. And I'm trying to ascertain whether it was my tummy or not. Anyway, I'm going to, yeah, I did come up with that. I was gonna make that already, so that is the right thing. Boom, 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 boom. Look at all those water. All those bottles. I'm going to raid a bit more. This video is not sponsored by raiding anything. Not even the pantry. Ooh, spacesuits locker. What am I wearing? Can I don't think I can. I'll just... There. Ooh. Cool. I can't see myself in this light, but I probably look devilishly handsome. And there we go. More. Alright. Did I get anything that I need? Ooh, I do have 2 aluminum. I don't have any I'm gonna go on to aluminum. There we go. That's a aluminum. Look at that amount of skill. Wow. Again, I wasn't planning to go back to main base yet, but I had a good haul, so time to do that anyway. I think that's thing. Did I do a thing? Alright. I might have done a gamer thing with ads, but like, I don't know, I have no clue if I did anything well there, but because I rolled an ad when I thought it was like almost time for another ad, so that I could control it, and like, you know, I'm traveling anyway. Actually, it was a controlled ad, but I think it's a longer ad than it would have done otherwise. I appear to have anyway messed a little thing up, which is not particularly intelligent of me. But that's alright. That's alright. I can live with it. Yeah. Alright, and now I think the ad should be over. I really hope that I understand how that works. But I don't know if I should have that much faith in myself. Right, do I have any... because that is pretty useful. I just redeemed the microchip. Ooh. Wow, it's living compartment glass. It's living glass for in my compartment. That definitely sounds like a euphemism, actually. Also, I don't know why I'm suddenly getting all those things, but great. I need one silicon. Where is one silicon? No, those are two silicon. I can't get those, silly. That's one silicon. Where's my... It was hidden behind large rock. Cool. Very epic. There we go. My Actually, I'm gonna need to get a bigger skeleton for that. That was not a joke about dead people. That was a joke about machines. That wasn't even a joke, actually. I don't know why. It wasn't a joke. It was all seriousness. I was extremely serious and focused. You know me. Diligent. Actually, I don't think I've ever heard anyone use that word to describe me. Not even like in another language. Not even remotely. The closest I have gotten is probably dipshit. Hello there, friends. They're friends. They are not food. If you eat them, they will break your teeth. But not in a mean way. Just in the type of, they are made of metal. Why are you even trying to eat them? That sort of a way. You know. Sometimes I think maybe I shouldn't eat things made of metal. And then I agree with myself and I eat it anyway. We all have our unhealthy habits, do we not? Where is my silicon? I need some silicon. Come on, give it to me. Very tasty. This silicon kind of looks like it could be in... Wait, is this space rocks? No, it's just a sandstorm. The silicon really looks like it could appear in Benny and the Ink Machine. That's French for Bendy and for Bendy and the Ink Machine is the words that I was trying to produce there. Right. Veg tube. Pastera. Then I need one more magnetite. Alright. Where is this little magnetite? Also, my computer screen is currently turning bright red because of night light. Remember to take care of your eyes, folks. Nightlight is a very good way to do it. But if I say anything looks green when in reality it looks blue, then realize that in reality for me it looks green. Because my nightlight is making it difficult for me to see the real colors. You know, true colors and stuff like that. How's the song go again? Because I see the colors that are you of real poetry. I think I just poeted. Progress screen. Ooh. Many noises. Did I do that wrong? I might have counted wrong. Yeah, I did some funky stuff there. Ooh, I got a seed. That is very good. I almost forgot that I need seeds. Well, I mean, I completely forgot for embarrassingly long. But then I saw a seed, which reminded me that I need a seed to do that. So, the communication antenna and the transmission screen. I'm not actually gonna build those for a while because this is not gonna be a playthrough based on lore or anything. I'm not gonna pay particularly much attention to lore because I've already seen the lore, and I know that sounds like I'm being egocentric. I just mean I cannot concentrate on lore if I've already seen it before. So I'm not gonna try and concentrate on that because that's only gonna make me more annoying. Which doesn't sound possible, but you never guess what happens sometimes. Also, my eye is itchy. There we go. I itched my eye. No, I scratched my eye. Well, maybe I did itch my eye. Whatever. You know, sometimes that language needs to evolve. Can you imagine what a horrible idea it would be to play a game like... Actually, I don't know if I should even utter that. Because there's some people out there that are, let's say, dim enough to actually try it. Wait. Okay, so... Oh, that's a heater. Now, in the way that it's there, it doesn't, like, it isn't operative, so you can't just leave it there and make sure that it has power. You do actually need to deconstruct it and then reconstruct it later. Oh, wait, actually, that's great. Right. So I can't just say, I can't just leave the heater there. Though it would be very nice. I don't even know if it's broken if you get all of the resources that you would need to build it. I do have enough for the oxygen tank. Nice. So I might just hop back in for a quick another one. And in fact, I don't need that one right on time, so that I may there we go. I can take a bit more with me. No, I can definitely do with that. I can leave some iron here. So I think I have exhausted this whole ship, except for a bit of iron. So I probably don't need to come back here in the future. Also, if you hear me like suddenly like spike for like a split second while I'm talking and then like go back again, it's probably because I'm trying to press my spacebar. I really need a new spacebar, but I've been using this thing for probably over a year, honestly, while it's been broken all the time. It's like it works, but you need to press real hard, and that's not particularly convenient for gaming. But then again, like, there's nothing else wrong with the keyboard, so you know, you don't just want to get a new keyboard because one part is broken. But then again, I don't know how to fix it, so, you know, I've tried to go in there with, like, you know, take the key off because it's a mechanic keyboard, but you can take the keys off. I tried to take the keys off and check what's under there, but I, you know, I didn't manage to do much more than clean it off a little, and then it had problems again next time. Alright, so I've got some beans, and I've almost got a food grower. Now, beans are actually pretty good because, ooh, tier 2 agility boots for extra agility. Ooh, and I've got the super alloy for it too. Nice. That's 30% extra movement speed. See how fast I am? Anyway, what was I talking about again? So, oh yeah, beans. Beans are pretty good. Beans have a high nutritional value in this game, so it's pretty good to get beans. Nuclear reactor. But it's pretty good to get beans in this game. It's also because they actually give more food than the space food does, and that is food. All right. Then I'm gonna check because solar panels, like tier 2 solar panels, need aluminium. I don't know why I'm so yawny today, but I really am. So I can make a few of them, but aluminium is currently definitely still a, you know, a more scarce resource. Magnesium. Can I easily get magnesium? Actually, you know what? Currently power is still going alright. I'm gonna check inside if it's gonna be for long. Oh, I have the stuff. I have enough cobalt for 3 more. Enough cobalt for 3 more solar panels, is what I was gonna say. So I can just get some silicon and get those things built. Don't really have the space for the iron of that. Where is stuff? There is a silicon. Alright, there is 2 silicon. There is 3 silicon. Alright. So I'm gonna be alright with a few more solar panels. You will definitely see me in this game practically doing a lot of, you know, a lot of fluctuating very heavily to, you know, like, where did I get the iron from that? Because I stored that in this. Wait. Oh no, interesting things happened there. But alright. Look at that. A food grower. What was I gonna say again? I was gonna talk about something. In fact, I think I was talking about something already, and then I interrupted myself. Which is not a very valuable skill, interrupting yourself. I appear to be very good at it, but you know, that's more of an alas than anything. What was it? The only two things floating around my head right now are a game that I played this afternoon. Well, I guess you could talk about that. And the name Peterbilt. But is that tractors? I don't know. I guess I know what I know that from, but I don't know why it's floating around my head. Very random. Extremely random. I don't know. I guess I can talk a bit about the game that I played this afternoon. Because it's... I'll try and not give too many spoilers. But I really do want to recommend the game because it blew my mind. Oh boy, I gotta get inside real quick. Well, I mean, by real quick, I mean after I've done some unnecessary things. You know me. Efficient. Never. Anyway. It's a game called Chance of Senna. It's a very cool game. I really, really loved it. It's a language-based puzzle game. And well, practically, I bet any of my friends who hear this, or like my parents, will not be surprised in the least. In fact, they would have actively expected it if they, you know, like if anyone who knew that I was playing the game, will have actively expected it. But you know, I started doing an own little project, an own little language based on some of the stuff from the game, which is, well, or like not a full language, but I don't want to give away too much. I say too much. I should stop umming. Then again, is silence better? I don't know. Maybe I should say that more often. Instead of it's definitely more unique, right? Is it? I don't actually know. Maybe it's not unique at all. Maybe everyone says that. Maybe I'm just late to the party again. That is another one of my infallible skills. What was I saying? I was saying something. Because I said the thing about the project, but then I don't know. I don't know, because this feels like it might be a type of game where I finally get to practice my skills at, like, oh, dang nabbit. But this feels like it might be one of those games where I finally get to practice my skills at small talk, which I'm not great at that. I'm not super great at my small talk. Normal people always do it very easily, but the autism does not help. I do have the things I want to talk about, but then I don't have them anymore when I'm talking about things. So that gets... You can see how that gets confusing quickly. Ah, that's already... I'll just... that's right. I'll just suffer the consequences. I'll leave this stuff off. Got some cobalt there. Got some cobalt there. Anyway, I've been trying to learn to draw recently. And I'm not great at drawing. I think that's validly an understatement. I'm not very good at drawing, but I have been trying to put in the hours, and I'm I am upgrading my capabilities, so to speak. I really, like, with drawing, I really came from a place where I just drew isometric stuff. So kind of like, like I can build a building pretty well because it has a lot of straight lines and stuff, and kind of like angles that you can kind of like, with a mathematical insight, you can kind of do stuff with that. But I was never very good at drawing. I'm drawing practically anything else than that. Is that a good idea? Is that gonna... No, that's gonna be fine. But I was never very good at building, drawing anything else than isometric stuff. And recently I've been drawing much more. Don't tell my lecturers that, but I've been drawing more. I found the time somewhere. I won't tell you where I did. Please disregard the previous statement except for actually doing it, which is very conflicting information. Anyway, I have found the time to draw much more often, which is nice. And I'm one of those types of people that just sees a lot of stuff and kind of like remembers it in the back of my mind, and then when I need to, it takes. That's not what I need. When I need to remember that, when I need to use it, I can summon all of it back, but it does also take a long time. So I may take long to do stuff, and especially like out of all of this, I then have to shape my own process, because in that sense I am more artistically inclined than I am like intelligence or sensible human inclined. I'm not great at my management of, like, well, I mean, time, thought, resources, and at my management, I would be horrible as a manager. I'll be perfectly fine as somebody who will probably work under managers at plenty of times in my life, as long as I can complain about them a little. I don't know if I'll complain a lot about managers. I don't know if I will actually work. I don't, because, like, probably, but then again, I don't know. The future is the future. The future isn't now. I really hope that in 100 years, when I have become dust, when I no longer exist, when my legacy is wiped from the minds of all, that one of my best quotes ever survives. For example, whatever that thing was again, I already don't remember. I might just be because I'm distracted by the game. Normally I'm training myself to become better at quoting people, because, we have a quotes channel in the Discord group that I'm in. The Discord group that really sounds like that really sounds like a parent who's like, oh yeah, my son has given me access to this little Discord group, and we have a quotation channel there, so that if anyone says anything funny, you're caught on camera. That's that's me right now. I bet you're wondering how I ended up here. Well, It all started 20 days ago, when I first exploded. That was real sound effects, real explosion sounds, people. Very, very real. I really need to get a sound. I could actually do a soundboard now. Because, like, that was always difficult to get running with Ocean existing. Because the problem would be that I would play sounds and Ocean wouldn't be able to hear them. But, like, me and everyone watching could. But then now Ocean isn't there anymore, so I could I could have a soundboard. I could use like Ableton for it, probably best. I might already have some projects in Ableton that are halfway. I mean, I'm getting a lot of seeds, which is, I'm not complaining. It sounds like I'm complaining. I sound like I'm complaining, probably a lot. But I don't mean to be complaining. I'm remarking. Anyway, I could do my own soundboard. For now, I just have the thing. How do I do that from here? I can. No, I don't know if I can. Can I? I probably can down here. Anyway, that would have been a really funny, like, short, like, oh look, I'm look, I'm tech savvy. I can press one button and then very cool things happen. That would have been very cool. I did not do that. I went looking for it. Did not find it after like half a minute. I have lost the respect of my peers. Oh, you, yo, bucket of crabs. Yo, stupid little newbie. So, there we go. We found a magnesium. Using this magnesium, I shall perform magic. Look at that. Larger dot. It's... I don't like the rotation. Call me a stickler. But I'm a stickler, practically. Some people call it autism. Some people call it OCD. I don't know if either of those terms is technically correct. And that's what makes me a stickler. I did just be sticklery about those terms, and I never realized that I was so particular about them, but I guess I am. Well, not super particular, but just, you know. Let's just say, I have eyes in the back of my head, metaphorically speaking. I feel like there would be a lot of practical problems with having eyes in the back of your head. Because, like, I mean, the thing is, if it depends. If there's a lot of people that have eyes in the back of their head, you would probably be... It will probably not be all that weird to see them. And also, you know, you probably start getting hairstyles like it. That incorporate it so that it's not... You know, so that there is stylish things to do even though you have eyes in your head, which is an unusual sort of thing. Did I just break another? Yep. Anyway. But if a lot of people would have eyes in their head, eventually there would just be somebody who's like, I have eyes in my head and I want to have stylish hair. So I'm going to come up with a stylish haircut that you can use if you have eyes in the back of your head. So there would eventually be very stylish haircuts. And, you know, you would... Oh, you probably have the same for hats. So, if there's a lot of people having eyes in the back of their head, it takes some getting used to. Unless it's always been that way, maybe. Where do teachers come from? Did teachers always exist? Did they suddenly come into existence out of nowhere? Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know. I need more titanium to perform this action that I call place the little thing, like the thing that the one that drills into the ground, you know. That would be a horrible name for a function in a programmer. But it would be great to see when you're refactoring someone else's code. But, like, I mean, but also your heart would sink as soon as you would see that, because you realize it's going to be a lot of work. Anyway, I realize that most people don't know what refactoring is, probably. They call me the intelligent. I don't know why they do. I don't. That doesn't feel like an accurate sort of title. But then again, you know, for some reason they do. They probably don't. There's probably not a lot of people that have ever called me very intelligent. Actually, there are some people. There's like 2 people that keep calling me intelligent, and I'm like, I mean, like I appreciate it, but on the other hand, I don't think it's true. So, you know, on the one hand, I appreciate this, on the other hand, I'm not sure I recognize myself in this. I need eyes. I need eyes. That's not a political statement. That is a statement of necessity and survival. Well, survival, I suppose. Here we go. Look at all those water molecules in a crystalline configuration. Oh, that's pretty. What was it? There we go. And that, whoa, is that too many? Oh, that's why I have so many seeds. So I didn't use them yet. That makes a lot more sense. That feels extremely on par with how I know my own brain to work. Which is not, to be clear, I'm not very accustomed to my brain having performed particularly much function. Except for maybe aesthetic. Just, you know, in case you ever look into my... in case you ever see me from the side of my head and you look into my ear, you can see my brain there. It's made of cardboard. And it's painted by a toddler. Specifically me. A few weeks ago. I didn't like the grey. Because the grey is useful, but like, then again, do you really want to have a grey brain? And it's like, no, not really. I kind of want to have like a really cool brain that's like, you know, like black but with neon colors and everything. So I kind of made my brain a goth brain. So, you know, things happened. I don't think we should, you know, stand still and blame ourselves for what happened in the past. I think we should just look into the future and see goth brain. You know, I think that is the only true way that we can all be exalted. That's not the right word. I mean exhilarated. Then again, exhilarated isn't really... I suppose I understand why I was trying to look for another word. Is this the rock? No. Is that the rock? I think that's the rock. Hey, it's a rock. I wonder what that's doing here. And behind the rock is something even more peculiar. Not for its material, but for its complexity, which is far higher than anything that surrounds it. Far more particular. Shed. I was not meant to... Ah! Oh boy, problems all around. Alright. Alrighty then. Me real quick. Checking out messages. Just to make sure that no one is exploding on fire or anything like that. You know, sometimes you wake up and you realize, like, this is going to be one of those days, isn't it? Today feels like it's going to be one of those days where you look at your phone first, just like 8 in the morning and everyone has already caught fire. Sometimes you have those mornings. But no, that was not the case in this case. And I was gonna do... Oh yeah, because I accidentally disabled my systems again by overloading them. Because I'm so intelligent. So, you know... This might be a typically autistic thing, but do you ever have the thing where you touch your teeth with your tongue and then they slightly rub in a way that like I don't know how to explain it without making it sound like I never brush my teeth, because I do brush my teeth. It's a very odd type of occurrence. Oh wait, give me a second. Sorry. You never guess what just happened. A person on fire ran into the room. Well, ran. They quickly asked me a thing. And then they said, oh wow. I did not... It has not felt like I've been going for almost 2 hours already, but I have multipog. Whoop, I accidentally emoted. Wait. Is the suit property of Sentinel Corp, or is the suit the label of me and I'm property of Sentinel Corp? Or am I even with Sentinel Corp? Maybe I'm not with wait, maybe I'm not even like with Sentinel Corp. I just also here, and I have nothing to do. No, I am Sentinel Corp. Welcome to your assigned planet. Your mission is to advance the terraformation process of this world. You'll need to generate O2, heat, and pressure. First, reach 175,000 Ti and create a blue atmosphere. It doesn't look very blue yet. I think I'll be fine messing around for now. Ah, I had a itchy in the nose of me. Ooh. More advanced plant moment. So I need to 1 iron, 1 silicon, 1 cobalt, 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 1 iron, 1 silicon, 1 iron, 1 silicon, 1 iron, 1 silicon, 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 1, etc. Now, do you understand why I never made it on the streets as an epic rapper? Alright. So oh yeah, I was making the, oh yeah, the thing that has been in the left top of my screen for the last very long. Uh, I think, you'll like this screen. Look at it, boom. Alright, I'm around a third to get to the blue sky. This screen is gonna, that's not the end of the story, by the way. It's not just, it goes on for a bit longer. I shouldn't have revealed that, actually. I should have pretended that it wasn't. Then it's like, you know, like the next stage, and it's like, haha, but actually though. Oh, right. Oh, that needs aluminium too. I'm not a gamer like that. All right, and I'm gonna show you already, because as I say, I'm not playing it for the first time, and I'm not doing a lore playthrough either. So if you want to know the lore of this game, it does have some alright lore. So if you want to know the lore of this game, or if you want a very fresh first play type of experience, then yes, you are allowed to click away. But if you don't mind that, you don't mind me being a little more forward with certain processes and resources in a more knowing way, then you can keep watching. I mean, regardless, you're allowed to keep watching, but it's not going to be by fault. At least I reject the notion that it would be my fault if you would indeed be spoiled on anything that you would feel would be spoilerous. So I really hope that everyone has had plenty of time to click away from Le Fiend if they don't want to be spoiled on too many things, because we are going to a little place that I like to, I don't actually have a name for it. I don't have anything that I specifically tend to call it. Something like aluminum, because the game calls it aluminum. The aluminium, plinium, Pliny the Elder, Pliny the Elder, the old one, anyway. I don't have any water with me. Oh boy, there could be a problem if I'm gonna walk around without the means to survive. Actually, I could also, no, but then again, wait. But I don't know how much electricity I have left. I'm just... Again, I don't know why I'm so yawnulous today, but I veritably quite am. Also, I feel like I'm not speaking very loudly, but that's alright. I'm supposing that people know where the volume buttons on their machines, the things are. The stream isn't getting a lot of lag, is it? It might be. If it is, then that's annoying. Well, that seems alright. Because my OBS, the sound meters on my OBS are getting, are getting some lag. Alright, I need ice. I was about to break into song with the one song that has the I need, but I still have not figured out how it works with like copyright stuff. For now, I'll just keep it to my own songs, by which I mean I'm probably never going to perform any of my own songs because, I don't know, brain dim. I'm probably not that interesting. But, you know. Alright, I'm gonna drink a bit more. I drunk some milk. Wait, is it? Alright. Oh, what? Wrong screen. I bet people can only wonder what's happening to me whenever I'm like not touching the keyboard for 5 seconds. I won't tell you the part about the dragon, but there's a lot going on. There's a lot more going on than in my normal 5 seconds. Alright, where are we going? She asked herself. Very intelligent specimen, this one. Also, at some point, my brain was like, I've never really done a proper introduction of myself on the channel, have I? And then I was like, but then again, if you ever do an actual introduction, it's going to be either at the start, at the end, or in the middle of a video file of 2 or 3 or 4 hours long. So it's not going to be a type of thing that people go like, oh hey, look, here's the live video of 4 hours. Let's just watch that just in case someone's going to introduce themselves. That's not generally going to happen. So I wonder if there's a way to do it smarter. I mean, actually, maybe. I don't know. I'm not made for difficult questions. I'm not made for intelligent answers giving. That's also cobalt. Because this is there's aluminium here, and I keep finding cobalt because I know that both of them glimmer a lot, and I'm hoping every time that it's aluminium, but it turns out to be cobalt most of the time. But this is a good place to get aluminium, though. Alright. Alright then. Pretty good. That isn't how you usually get aluminium here, by the way. It is also an effective way to find the chests, but a lot of the time it is more efficient to just walk around and find it on the ground, because it tends to appear here. Also, by the way, this is a more me-proof game than a lot of other games when it comes to survival, but it takes a while to get there. If you've seen my choices and what I play before, when it comes to these types of games, you'll notice that there's certain types of survival games that I'm more fond of than other ones. Specifically, once we can do automation and stuff, we can make machines and all that. I might play Subnautica at some point, but the thing is, I am unreasonably scaredy, so if I play Subnautica, I'm probably not gonna do it in a very good way. So I'm probably gonna, if I do play it, which, I mean, it's a classic, I can't just not play it, especially because they've got like I think it's technically a spin-off and a sequel. So practically, though, I've got to work on playing. I've got to work on playing that, because I do want to play it, but I'm not brave enough for it. I'm very easily scared. So it would probably be a very good idea for me to do it together with somebody else, or somebody else in a room, or something like that. Even though, yes, I do know that it's really funny when I get really scared at a game and I'm gonna scream, But frankly, I scream in most games. Even when nothing is happening, I am relatively prone to screaming. So you also don't like need it though. Is what it is what is actually the truth that is. Oh my. Also, I'm not good at. I'm. I'm. I'm not good at streaming. I realize because I'm alright with like the being active for a long time. I could do streams like 8 hours very regularly if I wouldn't be so bad at it. Because I mean, for one thing, I could do like the whole like talking and trying to be funny for 8 hours long, but the problem is the trying to be funny doesn't usually turn into actually being funny. So that gets a bit confusing, and that's probably the major reason that I'm currently, you know, let's just say I'm not on a very tight streaming schedule. But I don't know, I could be, but I just don't think I don't think it's all that interesting to the world. It's more of a fun hobby, really. So let's see. Uranium, very very tasty. Can't say uranium without saying yum. That's not my own joke. I don't know who to credit for it, but it's not my own. I can't say that it is. Alright. So I have 100,000 things that I should be doing right now, and I don't know which I should be more doing. I guess I can always... Oh boy, I do have a lot of aluminium. I can always go and get some silicon. 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 I guess I need silicon. I need 2 parts silicon. I'm gonna go for 4 silicon and 2 ice, which I have found my 2 ice. So I need 4 silicon again. For silly, 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 silly. Silly, 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 silly. Silly, 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 silly. Silly, silly, silly. Silly, silly, silly. Silly, silly, silly. Silly, silly. Silly, silly. There we go. Cool. Alright, time to head back to the base. Yeah, one of the reasons that I'm not very fit for streaming is because I'm too, what do you call it? What's the word? There's the word. Not premeditating. Do deliberating. I think that's the word that I'm looking for. Is I don't just spurt things out. I say like, oh, let me think about this. And I'm not good. I am absolutely miserable, in fact, at the whole just say whatever comes to your mind. I can't do that. I have rather a massive incapability when it comes to that specific thing. I suppose what I mean to say is I'm not stupid enough. But that's not true, so I don't know. In that case, I don't know what it is supposed to be. but it sure as heck ain't a sea turtle. Alright. Yeah, I figured I would not have enough space in my inventory for that. I felt like the sum was a bit off. Cool. So, what am I gonna make out of these now? That's a good question. Thank you, me. Thank you, myself, who is, you know, potentially going insane, talking to yourself, who is also me-self. Well, that sounds quite judgmental to me, but I don't know what I'm doing at this point. My brain is exploding. I mean, like, the normal amount of exploding. My brain is being normal, but to other people call that exploding. But so do I, because that is what's factually happening, but it's like a sustained explode. It's not, I mean, like, not, define not problematic. But it is exploding in a very funny way. I hope. I don't know. Wait, was that the exoskeleton? Yes, that is the exoskeleton. Oh, well, with this? That's 80. So I'm closest to the next exoskeleton, which is alright. I like the next exoskeleton. Oh, halfway to the blue sky is already... Ooh, I think it is already showing a bit. It's like... Kinda... Oh, I need to... Because all of the views that I have myself are... Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, no. On the stream preview, I'm seeing that is blue. That is... On my screen, that's like... Murky reddish green. But no, that is blue. We're definitely getting to a color that can be classified as blue. I think probably if I get to blue sky, I'll stop the stream for today. I don't know how long that's gonna be, but that's probably at that point I'm probably gonna stop, and then I'll see. Maybe I'll stop before that, but probably not. I feel like I can sit that out, as it were. Alright. I took a look at some of the stream tags that Ocean and I had on the street, because I need to do all these things myself now that the... Ooh, no, that's just a sandstorm, isn't it? Yeah. But I have to do all the difficult things myself now that the adult has left the room, and I did remove some of the things to make it more accurate, like co-hosted is no longer the case. Am I sure this is a meteor storm? Huh. It sounds intense, but I suppose it just isn't a meteor storm. Anyway, I've removed some of the tags like co-hosted. What else was it? Oh yeah, first playthrough. I guess like that's... I don't know, I might do fewer of those than... I removed that anyway. I feel like, I don't know, maybe like later I'll think like, you know what, actually I do mainly first playthroughs. But I did remove it, at least for the time being. Where is more titanium? Come on. Give me that, give me that titanium. Alright. What else was I going to say? I was going to say something really intelligent. Was I? I don't know if I was. I was going to say something. But I don't know if it was going to be intelligent at all. Barely intelligible. I was gonna say something. I really something about because it was something about I was saying something about the tags. Oh, it was gonna be something. I think maybe I was gonna verbalize a concept into an abstract vocal space. I've once again failed to maintain power not in the ruling over people sense, but in the electricity sense of the word. I am going to need a lot of cobalt, ain't I? But I'm having to learn how to do everything. Like I'm having to learn how to do a lot of things that I didn't know to do how to do yet without Ocean being here. Because I hope that it was like properly distributed before, but I don't know, it's always difficult to get a sense. I always feel like I'm doing less than everyone else. And maybe I am sometimes, and then some other times I was like, no, you did well. I don't know anymore. But I'm having to learn some new things. I'm definitely having to learn how to work with the ads, which I'm not good at. And I don't know if you've noticed, but yeah, I don't understand how they work yet. And I am considering removing them, but I'm not. That's a big problem about me. I'm not very dewy. I'm very thinky. I will think about this probably for 5 years. I'll probably think about this until I'm 80 years old, and then I'll be like, you know what? I should have removed those ads. But I don't know, though, is the thing. I don't know if I will think that way. Is it not? No, it is. Alright, it is working still. But, you know, in 1,000 years, when we have invented immortality and I'm resurrected, I'll be like, you know what? That one day I should have removed the ads. But the thing is, I don't know yet. Maybe if then me gives me a phone call about those ads, maybe then I'll know. But I have to think about it. That's a problem. It's not the think about it part. The I part is the problem. Anyway, cobalt. I was trying to find cobalt. Hey, look. Drills. I wonder who placed them there. Probably someone really impressive. Someone really intelligent and wise and really handsome. Like, ooh, yeah. Gamer. Ooh, yeah. As it were. I mean, I'm like, you know, I wouldn't know. There's no way I was there. Well, okay, maybe I was kind of there, but like, I mean, you know, like I'm just speculating. I'm just saying. I have a feeling that I was someone really, really, really cool, but you know, I can't verify it for technical reasons, technical difficulties, or something like that, you know. So I'm just gonna, for now, I'm gonna suppose that was someone really, really, really cool. just in case. Nice. 69. If I would have looked a bit earlier, I could have seen 69.42. Which is, for anyone that's interested in knowing, no, that's not the funny number of, like, that's not 420. That's 24. No, 42. I just misrepresented the number that I just said as a different number that I had not said. But I meant 42. Why is my brain thinking bananas? My brain does things sometimes, and I think that's a threat to humanity. Oh boy, put that one in the quotes book. It needs to go in the quotes book. I'll probably forget that in 10 minutes. But I should put that in the quotes book. Alright. I'm gonna put a vegetable tube over here, because I can reach it more easily this way. Alright. Tier 3 heater. Oh boy, that's an iridium rod. Oh, whoa. Because I'm going to need this for that. That's a spoiler, kind of, but I'm going to need this one to make that one, I think. Again, yawn. I'm sorry for the yawns. I don't mean to be the yawner, but I do be the yawner, though, is the thing. Is the thing, is that thing is that I do be doobie doo bad the yawner. Also, once more, I am confused about if there's ads about, because I didn't know, because like a while ago, I was looking on like, not like, the confusing things anyway, but like, you know, for reasons with the whole organization, I was watching on a not, like just a not, like a separate account that was also not, like it didn't have a sub to the channel or anything. So if like that, I did see the ads when they happened, but now I don't know when the ads are happening because I'm my own moderator view, so I don't get ads like that, which is nice, of course, but also a bit discombobulating. It can get a bit neepy like that. Don't get nippy and neepy and EP confused, of course, but it can get a bit neepy like that. Right. Get those two out of my sight. I wonder if I'd make for a good voice actor, because I feel like I'd do alright at a voice over at least, because I'd be like this. The problem though is that I don't, you know, that you have the thing where like your own skull makes your own voice sound much better than it actually sounds, and then when you record it, it's all like, oh yes, I sound like this. 20 million years ago, the planet was made out of glue. Balls of glue is what the Earth was made out of, and then, you know, that's what I sound like probably. And then the worst thing is, because that I said that to sound like what I thought that I would sound like to my skull. So if you're hearing that without the protection of my skull, you probably just got you just exploded. Sorry for the explosion. There's a lot of explosions happening today, but then again, that's just that does just sound like a pretty, you know, pretty on par day. Just random explosions. They happen sometimes. Get over it. Get over yourself. It's not my fault. It might be my fault, but only largely. Like, technically, I you know, technically you can't prove anything in front of court. Because if you're gonna say to like to the judge, like, but judge, this one made my brain explode. The judge is gonna be like, oh yeah, and how are you gonna prove that? And you're gonna be like, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's what I thought. Is most of my thought process. It's, you know, buffering. It's like it's not a very efficient sort of process, to be honest. Oh boy, I have all my chests are full. I've made chests, and those chests are full. And that's a problem. Because I need to start making more chests then. In that case, I need to start making more chests again. Now, I am going to make... Oh, I don't have the titanium. Do I have anything in that chest? Do I have anything in that chest? No. I don't. Anyway. What was I saying again? I was saying the thing about voice acting. That's right. I really wonder if I'd be a good voice actor, because I mean, to be fair, probably no, but I would love to try it once. For some reason, it sounds like a lot of fun to me, to be a voice actor. At least the process. I don't know, I feel like a lot of jobs have like, or like a lot of jobs are like just roles. It doesn't have to be a job. It can also just be a role in some sort of creative process. But I feel like a lot of roles come with annoyingly much like administrative work and everything. So you're like, you know, like, oh wow, I got really good at doing this one thing that I'm actually good at. And then somebody else asks you, oh well, why don't you like make all sorts of paper to make my life easier, even though I'm the one supposed to deal with all the paper and blah 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 blah. And I'm like blah 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 blah. I really wonder if anyone's ever had an adult conversation with me. Probably try to, but you know, not for long. Actually, I'm gonna make big ones. I'm going to make them so large you won't even know what hit you. Actually, they're not going to hit you probably because they... I mean, I hope that they're probably like fixed to the wall. If they're not probably fixed to the wall, I'm definitely going to have to call the renovators. I don't know, but then like, because like on the one hand, you're like, if they're fixed properly to the wall, then it's all going to be okay. I should make a door on that side. I want to get a silicon. But on the one hand, you're like, if they're properly fixed to the wall, then they're not going to fall over. But then on the other hand, sometimes it just, you know, stuff just goes wrong. And it's, you don't want it to happen, but if it does happen, who's to blame? Is it like the person who made the wall so weak? But, you know, they weren't expecting anyone to mount a wall to that wall. So, you know, neither of them is really the devil. But, you know, then again, I'm not gonna admit my own fault. So they are the devil. I've decided. I have decided that I am the one who matters. Anyway. Alright then, let's see what we can do with this shot. Magnesism. Cool. Did I? No. I think I just imagined a notification sound. I was like, did I accidentally leave the sound of my laptop on? And I was like, no, I muted it earlier. And I looked and it was muted. But for some reason, I thought I heard it. Interesting. Hey, iron. Alright. So this storage room is going to be able to hold a lot of storage. And then again, no. It's going to be a resource room, so it's never going to hold as many things as I wish it could hold. And I'm never going to fill it, at least not at the moments that I need it, and then exactly at the moments that I have too much in my inventory, it's suddenly going to be full out of nowhere. And then, you know, the next time that I need stuff again, it's going to be disappeared. That's one of the annoying laws of the universe. I really don't know sometimes. Like, why do the gods of physics choose exactly the laws that they do? It's like, are they trying to make it difficult? Sometimes it feels like it. Like, I'm not trying to be antagonistic here. As I said before, like a lot of roles go with a lot of admins. Like, I understand that not all the gods are like, oh yeah, I want to have a lot of admin in my work. But, you know, sometimes it feels like they're kind of out to get you. So I hope we can get this cleared up. Kind regards, Blim Blim. From the Blimming department. Not to be confused with the Bloomin' department. The, you know, things. I bet I could use my voice to say good things if I could. But I'm not so sure that I can. Ooh, advanced crafting station. Now that sounds like rather a nice sort of thing. Does it not? Hey, oh, that's not a rock. Well, I mean, it's a rock, but it's like an incorporeal rock. Oh? Oh boy, I just remember that I had not... Actually, no, they have autosaves or something. I keep seeing little icon in the bottom of my screen saying saved successfully. And I'm like, thank you, game. And then, you know, if it crashes, I'm going to be like, Scheisse. I'm going to be like, that's really stupid because I haven't saved in 500,000 years. But then the game's going to be like, nah, I got you, fam. I got you cradled like a little baby. And I'm like, that's about the mental age that I have. Hey, there's ice over here. There's a lot of ice over here. Oh yeah, the melty. Now that, ooh. That's not as much as I thought that was. Ooh, wait a second. I'm not as full on oxygen as I thought I was. Hold on a second. Give me a second to split. Ooh. Driving down the road, but I'm walking. It's not driving when it's your legs. Fun fact, there's actually a Dutch word, beenenwagen. Like, literally it means, you know, it's used to mean, you know, like, if you say beenenwagen nemen, it literally, it means like to take the beenenwagen. And it's used to mean, you know, going by foot, but it literally means the leg car, and I think that's one of those types of things in language that is just, it's amazing. Whoever came up with just, because I'm imagining it, right? That's one of the most crucial things to know about my brain if you want to understand it. If you say a thing to me, and it means more things than just well, I mean, in general, a lot of the time, just I will be imagining the concept that you are laying upon my brain the existence of. If you are telling me about a beenenwagen, then I will picture a wagon with 8 legs just on the road, and everyone's like honking as like, you really need to get off the road. I was like, why? It's a car. This is the only mode of transport that I have, and that's an incredibly chaotic and confusing sort of situation. But I'm not. I'm not going to cede my reality, because that's how I walk. I walk in a car made of legs. I bet there's someone out there that's gonna take all of, like, everything I say entirely seriously, and you know, that person is gonna have extremely good basis to think that I am completely bonkers, as it were. Oh, I thought I had an extra row of inventory there, but I didn't. Why did the extra row of inventory not be had by me? I feel this is treason. Alright, I can make a few more. No, I didn't get enough for a bunch more because my inventory decided to be really small. Well, not like really small, like smaller than I thought it was. Right. I can put... Oh, but I don't want to put any of those in there. I'm gonna put... I want to put one of the, like, the more common materials in there. I'm gonna get one more iron. There's an iron. Look at that. Beautiful. I mean, I guess I need one more to make all of the... Is that right? Am I thinking thonkily? I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if I'm thinking thonkily. I guess I'll just iron, magnesium, cobalt, so silicon. Oh yeah, I got the exoskeleton as well. And I still need to remember to do the advanced craft station. But this is very good to have. Titanium, silicon, and 2 magnesium. Silicon, titanium, and 2 magnesium. Oh. So it's gonna be 1 titanium, right? Yeah, alright. Yeah, this music is definitely giving Subnautica vibes right now. I don't know if it's very well audible on stream, but it might be though. That is one of my most used excuses, I feel. Alright, compass. I need 1 magnesium and 1 silicon for that. I am gonna expend 2 things for that. Just because I know that if I don't, I'm gonna be like around the end of the progress in this whole world. And I'm gonna be like, wait, but they're saying I need to go north here? But how do I know what's north? And anyone that will ever see that in their whole life is going to explode with rage. Because they'll be like, you can craft a compass. You should have done that very, very early on. But you didn't have the stuff for it. And then you forgot to do it. Actually, it's not even because I didn't have the stuff, because I had the stuff. It was because I didn't have enough space in my exosuit. So I needed to make the exosuit first. And if that would have been the reason that I hadn't made the compass in the end, which would have inevitably would have led to me, you know, just needing to know the direction at some point and not having it. You know, that... Oh, wait. Oh, I've already had blue sky, I guess. Alright, I guess... I guess I've accidentally overstayed my welcome by 20% of clouds. So, I guess see you all next time on stream. I was a very professional. I'm a gamer. Anyway, I hope to see everyone next time on stream. I currently don't have a very oh, sorry. I currently don't have a very rigid exactly stream schedule. I don't know if it still says a stream schedule in the like on the home page or something of the channel. I'm probably gonna need to re-engineer that because currently I don't really know when I have a lot of time. But I'm gonna try and make that work because I only thought of it today again. It's been a long time since I thought of that, and I was like, wait a second, that existed, and I was like, I wanna think about that. So I'm gonna try and think about that. I'm gonna try to be more consistent with when I stream anyway, because I think the last time before today was like 1.5, maybe 2 weeks ago, and that's not very smart of me. So I'm gonna try to be more consistent with when I stream. Can't make any promises, but I'm gonna try my best. Anyway, for now, I would say the YouTube, can go check out the the Twitch. The Twitch can go check out the YouTube. They're in each other's descriptions and stuff. And over there you can press some of the funny buttons, some of the funniest buttons, some buttons that will make you laugh, and or make your brain explode. And that sounds kind of hazardous, but on the other hand though, they might also make you laugh. So I feel like that, I feel like you shouldn't complain. I feel like that should be worth it reasonably, and you shouldn't look at me that, you know, I think practically you should be content with that. A little brain exploding as well. Don't worry, it's gonna be alright. If you press that button, there is a chance that your brain won't explode. So just press it. Press the funniest of buttons. And now that I have incriminated myself to an unreasonable extent, I shall bid farewell to all thee who have attended this chaos incarnate on this beautiful day. And I wish to all of... Hey, nuclear actor. I wish unto all of thee an excellent day. And I already said I bid farewell. So I guess goodbye. Bye bye.